Hey, Sixers sideliners, tap in, gang. I'm back reporting from the sideline, and you know we got a lot to talk about. But before we get to that, I'm gonna need you to smash that like button, hit that notification bell, so you can be locked in with the gang.
I better do it again, better do it again, better shit with a song.
All right, let's get right to this bullshit. To be honest with you, because I ain't really got too much to say. We lost. You already know how I feel about the Celtics. The score is 109 to 108. So let's just get into the breakdown, the stats of how we did statistically before I break down the other shit. Jaylen Brown cooked his. He had 32 points, 13 to 19. He was on a mission. I ain't gonna lie. Who else? Anthony Simons. He had 19 points. Who gives a fuck though? All right, let's get back. Let's get into our stats. But those were the two players that cooked us. We got to do a better job with stopping those guys from taking off for real, for real. The whole game. All right, fuck it. Let's let me stick to one thing. All right, we're on. Kelly Oubre played 40 minutes, which is crazy. He shot 50%, which is good. He's 6 of 12. We can't be too mad at Kelly Oubre. He's doing what he's supposed to do. He had 17 points. Not mad at that. Go down to our next guy, Joel Embiid. He played over 20 minutes, guys, which we shouldn't have done. But I'm going to break that down a little later. He shot 6 of 13, 46% from the field, 20 points, whatever. He did more when he played less. Keep that in mind. Then you go down here to VJ Edgecombe, 39 minutes, 7 of 11. He shot 63% from the field with only 17 points. And then you get down here to Tyrese Maxey. He shot 50%, 8 of 16. He played 43 minutes. These minutes were up there, bro, with only 26 points. You got Quentin Grimes, 6 of 13, shot 46% from the field with 16 points. That's really the makeup of majority of all our points. I ain't gonna get on Kelly Oubre this game because he did what he needed to do, right? I told y'all I'm a rock out. Now the next person on the list, Joel Embiid. I do not like the fact that he played those extra 5 minutes. Those extra 5 minutes cost us, and this is what I mean because we still had to integrate him in those crunch time moments, right? We had to figure out how we was going to, plug him into those moments because we've been winning them without him, right? But we plugged him in this moment, and it did not work out for us. You see, he had 20 points, but the other night he had 25 points and only played like 19, 20 minutes. You put him in the extra 5 minutes, he didn't even get the extra 5 points. You put his back against the wall and he know he got to get out. He's going to try to do more, and actually it'll be effective. And VJ Edgecombe, what the hell happened, bro? Don't start falling into being one of those role-playing guys. Be who you are, bro. You supposed to have 20-something. I'm used to you having the identical numbers with Tyrese Maxey. Now, granted, you had 7 of 11 from the field. He was 8 of 16. But I needed you to be. I needed some aggression, BJ. You was passing the ball too much. You was passing up, deferring to the next guy that I'm about to go into, Quentin Grimes. He was 2 of 7 from the three-point line. He couldn't hit shit. But we still got to pay him. You want to know why we got to pay him? Because he hit shit before, and we need him. He can actually get to a bucket sometimes. But yesterday just wasn't one of those times. He was deferring. It was like we were almost trying to like feed Embiid the ball. It was like almost we went back to that old offensive style that we used to play. When Embiid is in the game, we just do the dribble handoffs, trying to attack downhill. When it's not working, pull it back out. Embiid sets another screen, go around that screen, try to attack downhill. If it's there, attack, make it work. If not, pass it back out to Embiid for a nut-ass little pump fake three, which was not falling. Because it's not going to fall because you're not shooting it. We cannot run that offense. Get your big ass down on the block. Why was Adembona only in for 11 minutes, but it was towards the end of the game? I said that during my live stream. You need Adembona to close out the games. What happened the other 2 games when we closed out with Adembona? We won them. He was getting aggressive shot blocks, multiple blocks, back-to-back blocks, which energized our offense, fast breaks. We were getting those extra pushes that we need. But when you got Embiid on the floor, it slows the game down. We can't run as fast. He trails behind, and then he wants the shot at the three-point line, which isn't effective because we got all of these speed guys on the court, and we trying to get to the rack. We trying to get that easy bucket to get back on defense to try to keep the momentum swinging in our direction, right? So that extra 5 minutes that you gave Joel Embiid at the end of the game, Nick Nurse, you shouldn't have did that. You should have gave that to Bona. And maybe we wouldn't have lost by just the 1 point, which I'm okay with the loss because we played hard. But what I noticed is Embiid cannot finish games for us no more. Get him the fuck off the floor. I love him, but he wants to stay at the 3-point line. Or if you're going to have Embiid out there, you have to have a Dembona out there, which leads me to my next nigga, Trendon Watford. Why the fuck was he in so much? Yeah, he had 11 minutes, but fuck his 11 minutes. Drop his minutes to about 5 or something because he ain't doing nothing. He was 0-1 with the shit that he did do, right? He had shot one shot. He don't even know how to fit in. That's it. He had one shot. He shot the ball one time. But he was in there for 11 minutes. What else did he do? He had 1 assist and a turnover. 1 shot, 1 assist, and a turnover. He was -7. What the fuck was he in for? You supposed to put a Dembona in, bro. Even though he fouled, he gets in a lot of foul trouble, but he makes something happen when he don't foul. You know, he'll disrupt a shot. He'll get a rebound and push the tempo, something. Which leads me to my next motherfucker. Andre Drummond, what are you doing, bro? You can't grab a rebound. You're shooting threes. You're 1 of 2. What happened to, I was in the chat and somebody in the chat said it was a video of you saying you're one of the best rebounding bigs. I don't see it. You can never catch the ball. You play patty cake with it. You always hitting it out. You never grabbing it. It's like the ball come by y'all and come to y'all like in your vicinity and y'all get scared to touch it. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Are you getting a finger jammy or something? Like what? I don't get it, bro. This shit is just annoying. But first quarter we got smoked. They were up by like 15. I don't really be tripping off of them being up by 15 because I know how we play. I'm used to how we play. I don't even stress myself because I understand at the end of the game we gonna go crazy. It's just what we do. We are the Philadelphia 76ers, and this is what we do. So let's get into this Tyrese Maxey post-game interview of how he perceived the game.
4 of the 5 games, you guys have been down double digits in those games. I guess, why do you think that's a trend that's emerging, and how do you sort of stop that trend?
Oh, we don't want it to be a trend. But the main thing is slow third quarters. You know what I mean? We've been winning or close to winning in all those games going into half. Then we have slow third quarter, really bad third quarter, and then we come back in the fourth and play like how we was playing in the first and the second. Tonight, we played really slow the first quarter, had a really bad first quarter. The rest 3 quarters, we were really good. You know what I mean? We won every quarter after that. So I think we did a good job of just like being resilient, but we have to put together 48-minute basketball games. And once we do that, I think we'll be even better.
But he's noticing it as well as we've been noticing it for years. We just got to come up with a plan to be able to, like he just said, put together a good game for 48 minutes versus having to come back from behind. But like he said, double digit. We're not trying to make that a trend, but it's been a trend in Philadelphia basketball, not only this year, not only last year, but for years. You know what I mean? So we just got to learn how to put it together for 48 minutes with understanding that we have to compete throughout the whole game. Come back. This got me missing Dominic Barlow because we don't need Trendon Watford. He can go. I don't understand why we only signed him because he was Tyrese Maxey's friend. He needs to go. Dominic Barlow needs to get back in the game. I like the way he played. Let's get to Nick Nurse.
The design on that final play?
It's got a few things going on there. You got Joel going off a flare screen. You got Tyrese coming off kind of a pin down off of, and VJ heading to the basket. Tyrese and VJ got hung up a little bit. And, I mean, obviously there was a couple guys open, but Q kind of, didn't handle it cleanly. Like, it wasn't great. Obviously when you don't make those, you wish you would have done something different. But it's a good play, and we had all our right guys in there, obviously. Didn't quite, that they did a good job of holding us through it. And we couldn't quite shake them to get free.
Here's how I feel about that last play. The last play was stupid. Here goes that Joel Embiid lingering at the 3-point line again, which is fucking stupid. It's stupid. Why not have a Dembona in there running a pick and roll, right? Having a Dembona screening, but you have Embiid big ass just sitting on a block. That's you have him as a decoy on the block, and you bring the power forward, a Dembona who is a lob threat as well. You bring him up for a screen and roll. You can also still have VJ in on a wing, how you had him. You can have Tyrese Maxey. We didn't need Quentin Grimes. Y'all were looking for a 3 for no reason when we only needed 2. You put Embiid at the box. You bring a Bona, sub him, Grimes out for Bona, have him do a pick and roll with Tyrese Maxey going downhill, make him a lob threat. When they start looking at a Bona, you just dump it to Joel Embiid and get the 2 or the foul. Or you know what I'm saying? It would have been so easy just to go for the 2. But there goes that Joel Embiid lingering at the 3-point line shit again. If you're rocking with the content, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on TikTok, all platforms. That's all I got for y'all tonight.